Hello, you're watching Sign Up. Coming up on today's programme, Teresa tells us how to save money at home while saving the world. Later on in the programme, we have grammar facts and deaf success. But now, Senan has some handy tips on how to get your dream job.
Looking for work can be a stressful and difficult time, especially when you're not sure what kind of work you'd like to do. You can find job listings in different ways. Like this. Through newspapers. Word of mouth. You might hear job information through your friends or other people you know. The internet. Or through FOSS. There are many types of jobs on offer. The problem is which one to apply for. When you see a job you think you might be interested in, you may get an application form to fill in, or be asked to send in a CV. CV is short for Curriculum Vitae, and is a record of your education, work, life experience, and skills relevant to the type of job you're applying for. A CV is a very important document. A job advert could get thousands of applications and CVs, and they will whittle them down to a small group to be invited for interview. So, without a good CV, you could miss your chance to get to the interview stage. Here are some tips and advice to help you construct a CV to land your dream job. A CV should normally include personal details, such as your name, address, phone, date of birth, and nationality, whether you were born in Ireland or in another country. The layout can vary, but usually after your personal details, put your education, including primary school, post-primary school, maybe college or university. When you put these on your CV, list only your most recent qualifications first. So if you've just finished post-primary, include that. Or if you've just finished university, mention this and your qualification. There's no need to list your previous education. Also, make sure you include any training courses you've done. If you feel this part of your CV looks a bit empty, call into your local FOSS office to find out about training courses. FOSS will try and get an interpreter. Include your current and previous work history, paid and unpaid. List your current, or if you're not working at the moment, your most recent job. Include a brief explanation of what your work involved, what you did every day, and what your roles and responsibilities were. Next, list your skills. Are you computer literate? Good at using computers? Have a driving license? Know different languages like ISL or French, etc. List the extracurricular activities that you enjoy doing. Maybe you're part of a drama group. Enjoy sports like playing football, swimming, or have an interest or hobby like reading, mountain or rock climbing, skiing, or even scuba diving. Next on your CV, include your references. When you apply for a job, your potential employer may want to find out if you're a good worker, if you're punctual, etc. Referees can be your teachers, lecturers, voluntary work supervisors, your previous or even current employer. Based on your references, they will decide if the job should be given to you or not. It's recommended you include 2 to 3 names on your CV. A good CV should be targeted to the job you're applying for. Amend each CV you send out to relate to the job you're applying for. So, if you work in construction and worked in administration before, and you're applying for a job in construction, list this experience first and decide if you need administration experience on your CV. Keep your CV simple, clear and concise. Use only A4 sized paper in white, using a maximum of 2 pages. Make sure there are no spelling, grammar or typing errors. Ask someone to check your CV and have it proofread. Oh, this is looking good, but you might want to change this part. The words are in the wrong order. With your CV, include a cover letter, explaining briefly why your potential employer should consider you for an interview. By keeping these 4 points in mind, a well-created CV will achieve its main objective, to get you an interview. If you do get a job interview, you can apply to FÁS for a Job Interview Interpreter grant. This allows you to have an ISL interpreter at your job interview. If the interview is a success and you are offered the job, funding is also available to cover the cost of an interpreter for an induction period at the start, for meeting the staff, training, and health and safety in the workplace. FÁS can provide interpreters. Don't forget you need to be registered with your local office if you want to be eligible for this grant. For more information, check out www.def.ie.
Hi, how are you?
After you send your well-laid-out CV, you may then be called for an interview. Why can't you get a job on the basis of your CV alone? Well, the interview allows employers to see if you're suitable or not. It's also a good chance for you to ask questions and decide if the job is for you. That's why an interview is important.
So you're Caroline?
That's correct, yes.
Yeah.
Remember, you only get one chance to make a first impression. So here are a few useful tips and some advice to help you.
Well, I left school in just let me have a look at this.
Be sure that you have read and know your CV in advance of the interview.
I love computers. And I'm always on Bebo all the time. If I work here, it'd be brilliant because I could be on the computer all the time. It really suits me.
Okay, but you realize it's for a sales position?
Oh.
Be prepared and plan well. Find out who is interviewing you and their role in the company. To find out more about the company, you can look at their website.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm really sorry I'm late. I'm sorry. Yeah, I slept it out this morning and I was out last night, so apologies.
Arrive early. Allow yourself plenty of time so you can be relaxed and composed.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Dress appropriately for the interview. Be professional.
How would the company benefit? How would it improve if we were to offer you the job?
Concentrate and listen carefully to the questions. Ask them to repeat if you're not sure. If you still don't understand, ask them to rephrase the question.
I'm a good talker and I always go up to people and I think I'm good in a team.
Be honest and professional. Don't exaggerate or lie. Stick to the point. Make eye contact while they're asking the question. Then look at your interpreter, but then look at the interviewer for the answer. You must connect with the interviewer.
People always talk to me. I have loads of friends, like my Bebo site. I have 699 friends. I just need one more because my friend Claire has 700 and I want it. Are you a Bebo? Are you on Bebo? Would you like to be a friend of mine?
No, I'm not.
For Bebo?
No.
Answer what you have been asked and try not to go off on tangents.
I hated that job. My boss was totally no good at business, his own business. I don't even know how it kept going. You know, if I worked, I had loads of things to do and if I didn't come in early, he'd give out to me.
Don't make derogatory or negative statements about former employers. Be neutral.
With sales, a lot of it is done by telephone, and how would you cope with that?
Right, I'm deaf and I can't use the phone.
The interviewer might not mention anything about you being deaf. They might even be afraid to ask. Be positive. You might not be able to use the phone, but you can use email, text messaging or even minicom. Show them that being deaf is not a problem.
Do you like sales?
Yeah.
Do you think you could work in a team?
Yeah.
During your interview, when you're asked questions, don't answer with short answers like yes or no. Elaborate your sentences, whilst sticking to the point. If you haven't been successful in looking for a job, but you're still trying hard to do it, you may be entitled to job seekers' benefit. This is available from your local social welfare office. You can check www.def.ie for more information. Looking for a job can be stressful, but keep persevering until you get the job you want. It'll be well worth it. An idiom is a word or phrase which has a different meaning than its literal meaning. There are many examples. Here's just one. Wolf in sheep's clothing. What does this idiom mean? Imagine I'm a wolf and I'm disguised as a sheep. I'm nice, sweet and innocent, but in reality, behind my sheep exterior, I'm a wolf and I'm dangerous and two-faced. This idiom was started long ago by Jesus, who used this example. Back then, there were people called prophets who claimed to speak on behalf of God. But some prophets were false, exaggerating or lying. Jesus warned his followers to watch out for them, as they were like wolves in sheep's clothing. That's an example of an idiom.
Really sorry to barge in. Just wondering if I could borrow some milk. I'm whipping up a quiche at home. That's if you don't mind.
Oh sure, no problem.
Look at all this energy you're using. What a waste! No wonder your bill is so high.
What do you mean by energy?
All these appliances use energy. A lot of energy, which can be wasteful. Energy is created when electricity, oil, gas, etc. are used to power your electrical appliances, like the washing machine, the Hoover, fridge, power your car, switch your lights on. They all use energy.
So?
Well, to create energy, you need fuel. Like oil to heat your house, petrol to power your car. In the same way your car uses petrol to run, the ESB needs fuel, such as oil and gas. Well, to make electricity, which is then distributed to all the homes around Ireland. So, anytime you use electricity, like switching on a light, fuel is being used back at the ESB. Do you get what I mean? When fuel is burned to make the electricity you use, and petrol is burned to power your car, a gas is emitted into the atmosphere called carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is also known as CO2. The Earth is surrounded by a natural gaseous layer. This layer allows the sun's rays through to heat the Earth and then back out again in a cycle which ensures a balance of hot and cold weather. CO2 emissions add to that layer, making it thicker. So, although the sun's rays can still enter, they can't get back out, making the world unnaturally warmer and warmer. This is called global warming. Here's an example. Ireland normally has a nice balance of cold and warm weather as the seasons change. But climate change may mean that Ireland gets rain all year round, or continuous heavy snow and winds. Other countries have had severe flooding, which damaged homes. People have even died. Some small changes could make a really big difference.
Really? Give me some examples. Like what?
Well, let's see. Here's an example, your fridge. If you leave your fridge door open for 10 to 15 seconds, it means the fridge has to work really hard to cool down again. It takes 45 minutes of extra energy to get back to the right temperature. 45 minutes is a long time and uses a lot of energy. The best thing you can do is before you open the fridge, decide what you want and then quickly take it out and close the door immediately. So, say I want a yogurt. I think about what I want. And then quickly close the fridge. This will save a lot of energy.
Oh my God! 45 minutes? I had no idea. What other tips do you have?
Like this. Don't leave electrical equipment on. Make sure it's 100% off. If you can still see a red light, it means the equipment is on standby and could still be using up to 20% energy. It's much better to switch everything off.
So you're saying to switch the electricity off fully, I should unplug everything or turn them off with the switch at the wall?
Exactly. Now have a look at this. Why did I plug this out? Because your mobile's not even charging. It would be grand if you were using it. But when it's plugged in and your mobile's not charging, well, like I said earlier, it's still using up to 20% of the electricity. So come on, turn it off. Let's have a look over here. Switch your lights off when you're not in the room. So, when you leave the room, switch them off. This will not only save you money, but electricity too. These CFL bulbs, which are a special kind of light bulb, will save you lots of money and cut down on your electricity use. In comparison to regular light bulbs, CFL light bulbs will last 15 times as long as regular bulbs. It's the government's plan, in a few years' time, that CFL light bulbs are used everywhere in Ireland, and the old bulb will be phased out completely.
Oh, really?
Your kettle uses a massive amount of electricity. Up to 50 times more than your TV.
Wow.
One way to save money is only boil as much water as you need. Like just enough for 1 cup of tea for me, or just enough for 2 cups for the 2 of us. If there are no measurements on the side of the kettle, just get a cup, fill it with water and pour it in. It'll be what you need and save you money and electricity. When you're using appliances like a washing machine or dishwasher, try to pick a setting that's economical. This uses less electricity and saves money. Set your washing machine at 30 degrees instead of 40. It'll still wash your clothes and save money. See the cylinder covered with green insulation? This is where your hot water is heated. This is one of the highest energy users. If you want your water to be hot and still save money, only put it on, or if possible, set a timer. So the immersion only comes on for 1 to 2 hours a day. Some houses don't have this green insulation, like you have. But you can buy a lagging jacket, which insulates the cylinder and keeps the water hot.
Oh, so the water will stay hot for longer.
Oh yeah, it can make a huge difference. Heating your house is expensive and uses a huge amount of energy. How can we reduce this? Well, let's say your thermostat is set to 21 degrees. Reducing that by even 1 degree can save 10% off your bill, which is pretty good going. Also, keep all the doors in your house closed to keep the heat in. And if you feel a little chilly, just put a jumper on and keep warm by keeping busy around the house.
You mean all these small things could really make a big difference?
Oh yeah, a huge difference. If we all make these changes, the amount of CO2 we're sending into the atmosphere will be reduced, and that can really slow down global warming and climate change. And not only that, you could also save hundreds of euro from your gas, oil and ESB bills, all at the same time. We need to start now though, so it's not too late.
What do you mean?
Fossil fuels are made naturally in the earth over hundreds and thousands of years, like oil, gas and coal. We use them to run our cars, heat the houses, etc. So we use a lot of fossil fuels, but they're not renewable. Which means when we use them up, that's it. That's all we have. We need to slow down our energy use so that they'll last longer and we don't run out completely. If we keep ignoring this issue, we will be left with no fossil fuels and we could be back in the dark ages. No electricity, no cars. Is that what you want? Use it wisely.
Wow, thanks, Teresa. I had no idea how much damage we were doing, or how easily we could fix it. I'm going to start making changes right now.
Good. For loads more tips, you should look at the websites www.change.ie or www.powerofone.ie. Good luck.
Thank you.
John Keeley has had a long and extremely successful swimming career. He started swimming at 7 years of age and was encouraged and supported by his coach, Paddy Quinn. John lacked confidence and self-belief until at the Deaf Olympics in New Zealand in 1989, he brought home 2 gold medals and broke a world record. His confidence grew, and he has since won 73 medals and broken 16 world records, 5 of which remain unbeaten. Despite just missing out on qualifying for the Hearing Olympics in Sydney, John is still one of the most successful deaf athletes of all time. John is in the process of training to become an Olympic coach and continues to pass on his skills to others as he coaches promising young swimmers. That's it for this week's programme. For more information, check out www.deaf.ie. We're back next week with the last programme in the series. Don't miss it. In the meantime, if you want to improve your English, maths, computer skills or digital photography, contact the Deaf Adult Literacy Service to find out more about classes near you. Classes are free and taught by deaf people through ISL. Contact details will appear at the end of the programme. Bye!